over the last while we have worked with people that want to work in complete darkness, which meant our original ordinary Sony camera wasn't going to cut the mustard. And this is the one that I've been using for 2 years. It's called the Sony Handycam HDR CX 450. It's a very, very good camera and it's got an external wide angle lens which I bought afterwards, and I had bought that for £200 in Argos, and because I use specifically Sony, I'm able to use the same battery in most of my cameras, so that's why I had stuck with the same brand. So during the day, this is the camera that I normally use. Now recently on a live stream I actually dropped this camera and cracked it, but it seems to be still working okay. But I ordered, just before Christmas, I ordered a brand new, one of the last of the Sony night shot cameras. Now I have some of the older ones. The older ones, what we use the older ones for is we put them on tripods and we use them as static cams around the location, and that we have used them in places like Sharon Rectory and Cumber House because of the night shot capabilities of them. They screen the, when you see the video, the picture is actually smaller because it's the old school technology. Now this new camera that I ordered before Christmas is actually, it's sort of old but it's brand new at the same time. It's still in its box, the paperwork is still in there, the cables are still in there, as it's in there as if it's a brand new camera. So let's have a look at that. First of all, these are some of the older Sony cameras that I have used, and they've got small tripods there, and some of the older ones needed a little plate like this, and the camera slotted down on it like this to access the files. Now most of these cameras have two options on them. You know, they use a small SD card or hard drives. So all these silver cameras here have internal hard drives. Now we wanted a modern, you know, at the beginning I wanted a modern night vision camera, and I bought this Andurr night vision camera, and to be honest with you, I've only used it once, and even with the anti-shake mode in it, it was still very shaky, very low frames per second, a very slow performing camera. But you know, it is still okay for a static cam where the camera is just left on a tripod and that. So and there is the Sony that I normally use, a pretty good camera. Here is what I have ordered, and it came with a kit as well. So we're going to have a look at both the kit and the camera. Right, the starter kit. We'll just open the starter kit now. And first thing we've got is an old tape. And that was for the older fashioned camcorders. I actually don't need that. We got a spare battery and a little bag to put the camera in. So that's the basically the starter kit bag, or the starter kit that I have. Right, that's the starter kit out of the way. Here is the box of the camera itself. We got a cable that you connect up to your television, a cable to transfer your files from your camera, a CD with some programs on it, which, you know, at this day and age we don't use. How long this camera was sitting in this, I don't know, because I don't exactly know how long they stopped making this camera. There is actually a GPS on this, and when I turned on the GPS function, it told me I was in London, which I'm not. So I don't know how that works, so I'll have to go through that. And here's the very, very fresh instructions manual. Oh, more books, more books, more books, more books. What do we got? A notice on how to use it with the computer. Some advertising of some kind. A catalogue, I think this is. Yes, this is a catalogue for accessories. I might have a look at that and see if I can get extra lighting that can be mounted on top and stuff like that. But all the paperwork, there's more and more and more. Sony European guarantee information. What else have we got? Sony. Don't know what that is. It's all in different languages. That is probably the same. Then again, who goes through manuals? Right, what we're going for now is, another charger cable. There is the transformer for the charger. What else have we got? Oh, the main plug for the charger. Alright, there is a medium-sized battery, which, if this has been sitting a while, this battery may not take a charge, but we'll see. We will see. And what else have we got? We actually have a remote control, so I'm pretty pleased at the moment. There's a little remote control. A lot of people use them, a lot of people don't. We'll see if that's useful. We'll see. But here's the camera itself in a little bag, and it actually still has the label on it, so there we go. There's the camera. It is the it's called the Sony HDR XR200, and it is a hard drive. It's a hard drive camera. As it says, brand new, but possibly sitting in a warehouse for a couple of years, because they actually, I don't think they make these cameras anymore. You know, Sony stopped putting night shot in run-of-the-mill cameras, and it's only available now in the high-end camera, which I am going to save up, and I'm going to get one at some stage, just to improve the quality of our videos and that. But that is the that is the camera. It's similar to the camera that I'm filming now, but the camera that I'm filming now is a lot older than that. The thing about this actual camera, in comparison to the other ones that I showed you, is the night vision in this is actually green in comparison to ordinary grey night vision in the older cameras. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but we will see in time how good this will perform. I'm going to use it in our next investigation, our next official investigation, which is coming up very, very shortly. So yeah, I'm actually pleased with this, and hope that I can get used to it. You know, you have a camera, and sometimes the you get used to that camera and you don't like using anything else. Certainly the Sony camera that I use on a day-to-day basis is very light, and you know, very, very easy to use. The controls are easy to get at, you get used to it. This is a slightly heavier camera, like the other hard drive cameras. So you know, but hopefully this will perform for me until I get you know, a more powerful camera and that. But you know, this is an old camera. You know, this is one of the last of the night shot run-of-the-mill cameras. So I'm hoping that this will perform good, you know. One little camera that I did buy over the Christmas as well to have in my bag is this Sony CyberShot G, the second generation, and you got a pop-up flash here. It's for the size of it, it is extremely heavy and looks well made. The downside to it is it doesn't have a flip screen at the back. Now this was bought in a second-hand store, so the battery isn't very good in it, but actually the sound and the vision is not too bad. So you know, I might get fresh battery for this, and you know, it can be handy when you're when you don't want too much in your bag, like a bulky camcorder or anything like that. So that's what I used. I actually used this on Christmas Day in the woods for about 20 minutes until the battery went flat. So we do have to get a new battery for that. But that's basically it. On looking up that camera, I found out that in 2010 that camera was actually $600 at the time. So that camera's out a long time, but the price that was given was for the 200V, not the 200VE. I actually can't find information on the 200VE, but it's in and around the same, I think. And you know, $600 way back. I'm hoping that will perform well for us until we you know, until we upgrade to you know, a more top-end camera. But you know, I'm very interested in more of the night vision technology. The cheaper Chinese camera that I bought was £28. I wouldn't suggest that anybody gets one. I do not know about the other cheap Chinese £100, or you know, some of them have 4K and stuff like that. I didn't go down that route because I wanted, you know, I kind of wanted a Sony, you know, and I didn't want a box full of different size and different types of batteries. I wanted to kind of keep it the same and make it less complicated for me. But you know, maybe some of the older, some of these newer Chinese ones, that if you spend a little bit of money, some of them can be pretty good. I've talked to some people that has those, and they said that they are good in that. but I wanted to stick with the Sony brand. I wanted to stick with that because of, you know, the quality for a start, and then the fact that, you know, we can use the same batteries throughout all the pieces, all the camera pieces of equipment and that. So you know, in time I am going to buy one of those sort of top end Sony cameras and that, and you know, until then I hope this one performs for us and that. I'm going to leave it for now, folks, and I will see you in the next one.